My name is Nulai Mekonso Amos. I am 23 years old. I am a civil engineer. The man standing beside me is my dad, Mekonso Maurice. We come from Douala. The problem that brought me here to the Ark of God Covenant Ministry was the problem of evil attack, spirit of loss, and masturbation. It all started 15 years ago. I was still a child. One day I walked into one of my cousin's room and he was watching pornography. So he didn't drive me away. He instead encouraged me. I sat down. I was watching it with him. It happened for a while. Then I got used to it, and it followed me all my life. So I got so much used to it that when I was moving on the way, coming back from school, I had always this. I kept my money to buy pornography film CDs. That was when I was in secondary school. One night I had a dream. I was attacked, and they told me that for me to succeed, I have to sell my sex to the Queen of the Coast. I found myself going into masturbation, and when I wasn't satisfied, I went into fornication. I started running around looking for women. I wasn't more focused on my studies. I had so much difficulties in school, so that until the point I failed my second year exam. My grandma died. I was made her successor. During her burial, they kind of put her loin on me and they made some traditional dance. Since from that day, I started seeing my grandmom with her parents and her parents' parents and her ancestors. They were coming to see me in the dream. So it was up to a point that my grandma left a land for me in the village, and there were people that wanted the land. So they were like incantating against me in the village. They wanted to kill me. And my grandmom came and told me that if you feel attacked, you go back to the village, you take my loin, take ground from her grave and put inside and speak anybody's name. Lightning will strike the person straight. So one day, I was watching a debate on the TV about some spiritualists, and they were talking about magic and all this sorcery, and I got interested in it, and I decided to start making research about it on internet. So I started reading books on metaphysics, necromancy, reviving your subconsciousness, and I was meditating like 2 hours, 3 hours every day for a month. After 1 month, I discovered that my soul came out of my body. I was moving in the spiritual realm freely after 1 month of meditation. I discovered that every junction, markets, schools, hospitals that I was going through, there were occultic groups there, witches and wizards. They were making their meetings. It was always in the night. I was just moving. I even traveled abroad. I went to Europe, in Russia. I went to Germany before coming back. Because the spiritual realm doesn't have limits. So I went spiritually there and I came back. And when I reached in Russia, it was winter. It was really cold. I left the place and I came back to Africa. After working for a while, for 2-3 months in the spiritual realm, I became so strong. I started seeing errant spirits around me. I could control them and I could give them some task to do for me. They were like obeying me, so I had like dominated them because I was really strong spiritually. Since I'm a contractor, I do a lot of building construction. My friends had a lot of contracts than me, so I used to say, when I lack job, I used to send a spirit. I say, go and meet this man and tell me to call me for work, to come and work with him. The spirit will go and like administer like a dream or something, speak my name in his ear for a while until he calls me for the work. So that's how I used to. And it became just part of my life. In the beginning, it was just for knowledge. I just wanted to gain knowledge, but it just became part of my life. Every night I would go out until the point I could not even control it again. It was like my second life. One day I was sleeping and somebody came and wake me up. I wake up and I saw a giant man of like 3 meters. He was having a black robe on him. So he said I should follow him. I followed him. He presented himself as the king of darkness and that he is the ruler of the world. He gives power to people, occultic men, witches and wizards. All sacrifices are made to him. He took me to his kingdom. He showed me where where the sacrifices were made and where they are going. And he said to me that he wants to work with me, so that he will make me one of the greatest rulers here in the country. He will give me this and that. So unconsciously, I said no. And he got annoyed and strangled my neck. So when I woke up, my body was heavy. I was in pain. I could not like shake for 2 hours. Since from that day, every night I was attacked by occultic men that I'm not part of them. They would attack me And they even followed me to my house. They would wait that I should sleep. I was even afraid of sleeping because I know that my spirit would come out and meet this occult man, they would attack me. So one day I went back home. I usually tell my father that I faced a lot of attack, but he didn't really know that it was this type of attack I was facing. I used to make astral traveling. They are not supposed to shake me from the bed. When I was in school, I was alone. When I locked my door at time to sleep, I know nobody would disturb me. But that day, I came back home. I slept in my brother's home. I could not more control my going out, so I went out. And I don't know how it happened. My brother shaked me from my position. I got missing in the spiritual realm. I could not know the way back home. So I didn't know how to go back. I was dead. I died. So while wandering around, I met a man who was dressed in white. And he started telling me that you're dead and your time has not even yet reached. God has plans for you. God, this world is only the world of the dead. You cannot go back easily if not the power of God. Before I knew it, he brought me back in front of the gate of our house. And he told me that God has saved you. And if you hear your name, answer it, you will get back to life. And I don't know, my brother just called my name. I heard his voice and I answered. I woke up back. I asked my brother for how long he was waking me up. He told me that he was waking me up for past 15 minutes. So I was dead for 15 minutes. And now I saw that it was really danger and I needed to stop. But there was no way to stop my spirit from going out of my body. And I was instead going more stronger spiritually because the spirits I was controlling were more stronger also. I was like controlling all of them and they were like respecting me. So my spiritual eyes were really open. And if you ask my dad here, I used to expose some witches and wizards in our quarter. I would tell him, "Don't you see this person is like this, is like this?" Or at his company, I tell him this employee is like this. You have to sack him. He's using magic. He's using this against you. My eyes were open. Since I was really afflicted by the Queen of the Coast with this lust, whenever I fornicated or I did masturbation, my spiritual power was drained. And the spirits around me told me that if I become weak again, they will kill me because they will be stronger than me. So it was at the point of time now I needed to find a spirit that will help me because it was not easy. I was speaking to the moon, the spirit of the moon that let no power use its power against me, and the moon like accepted my wish. So I even tried with the spirit of the sun. The sun burns me, so the whole day I didn't go out. The sun should not touch me. And one day I was so strong now that I could enter the realm of principalities. And the first principality I met was the principality of like man-to-man spirit, the spirit that was supposed that give urge to a man to sleep with a man or woman with woman, was like governing over all those that had this urge of man-to-man, woman-to-woman. My attention was drawn to the gate that was near his altar. I saw a lot of youth of different ways, different age. That spirit break all human protocols of their life and they were like tormented. I turned and I was angry and I told the man that why is he keeping these people captive, that he should liberate them. So he got annoyed at me and sent the principality against me. We fought and I was defeated. And when I came back to myself, that day I was so weak. I was broken. I could not do anything. I was like lying on my bed for the whole day because I was so powerless. That spirit now sends a dragon to me. And that dragon came and put an egg in my stomach that as from this day, men will follow you. So I thought he was joking. I started feeling a type. My body was like going a type like as if I'm a woman. Men that I didn't know called me. And I even complained to my dad that men are coming to me. I don't even know why. Men are coming to me. I felt so much uncomfortable. So I said, this time I really need God's intervention. I am ready to repent and I don't want to have anything. I don't want to do anything with it again. My father said we should come to the Ark of God Covenant Ministry. I had the opportunity to get registered at the prayer line. And that night, I slept. I had a dream. And the man of God, I saw myself in church with the man of God, Apostle John Chi, with the wife. Then he said, congratulations. The man of God came and embraced me. And he sent a delegation with me somewhere. We went there and they dug a hole. They removed a coffin. The man of God broke the coffin. And I saw it was me that was inside the coffin. I came out.
Put your hands beautifully together for Jesus Christ.
Acclamez merveilleusement le Seigneur Jésus-Christ.
So after that night, I came the next Sunday to the prayer line. The man of God prayed for me. Since that day, people of God, I am free. So after the prayer on the prayer line, I went back home and I slept. I had a dream. I was in court and I was being accused of magic, masturbation, lust, and this and that by a snake. The snake was standing in front of me. But suddenly a cross appeared and said, "It is finished."
Rise up on your feet and make a crazy noise for Jesus Christ. Come on.
So since that day, no more lust, no more masturbation, no more magic. I sleep well. The spirits that were around me, I don't see them again. I sleep well. And I even organize prayers in the morning in the house. I push my brothers and sisters. Everything is well. There was no benefit of it. It took my life. It took everything I had. Several times I tried to go abroad. Normally, I deposited documents in Poland. I documents in France, in Canada. It didn't work. My life was very difficult. It's because my father's prayer that I even succeeded in my education. I had my master's. It's by prayers. If it was not that, my life would have been terminated by now. The life I was living before was very mysterious. I was always afraid of dying. I was always not having self-control of my emotions. I was drinking a lot. I was drinking beer. I was doing a lot of bad things. But now, things are different. I control myself. I can pray. I can fast. I can talk about God freely. No more urge to masturbate. No more urge of women. I can focus on projects. Everything is okay. I'm fine.
Clap for Jesus Christ.